If you have a way of securing electricity at less than 5 cents per kilowatt hour, then you should get into Bitcoin mining business, which is lower than most rates everywhere in the world. So if you have a source of energy that is isolated from the grid, or if you have a cheap way of securing energy, then Bitcoin is a great way. Mining Bitcoin is great, but for the most.
So does that mean that Bitcoin is a very good way of moving resources from places that can produce electricity very cheaply to other places where electricity is more expensive? Does that actually make the cheap electricity, it makes the cheap electricity much more valuable?
Absolutely. This is
weird. That's a weird thing.
It's very weird. I think it's going to have a very profound impact on the global energy market, because for the first time in history, we have a way to sell energy that is location independent. So a lot of places in the world have a lot of energy, but it's very expensive to get that to the population center. So the north of Canada has
So you don't need wires.
Exactly.
Jesus, that's weird. That's a really strange thing.
Yeah, to get electricity from the north of Ontario to Toronto needs a lot of wires, or you need to, if it was gas, you need to put it on tankers or on trains or in pipelines. All of that stuff is pretty expensive. But with Bitcoin, you just need an internet connection. You take the Bitcoin miners to where that energy is, and then you can monetize that energy and turn it into Bitcoin. It's magic.
So what's the net effect of that on the price of electricity worldwide? Is that deflationary with regards to electricity cost?
I think so. I think this is a point that I make in the fiat standard, which is that we've had fiat subsidize all these dysfunctional forms of energy over the last 50 years that have led to the grid becoming unreliable. And we have Bitcoin, like the vigilante savior that it is, coming in and providing a global subsidy for anybody who can make electricity at a cheap rate to monetize that. And I think,
well, not only at a global subsidy, but so interesting, because not only you could go to where the energy is cheap with virtual certainty that you're going to make more and more money as the value of the Bitcoin increases by investing there, assuming that the value of Bitcoin is going to continually increase, which is a logical presupposition if it's as stable as is claimed, and it's finite in the way that you're describing, and increasingly widely accepted by vast numbers of people. So it's also an investment that's likely to increase in value over time rather than decrease. So it takes some of the uncertainty out of investing in cheap electricity generating processes that are geographically isolated. I just can't believe that's true. It's amazing that I think I must be misunderstanding, because it seems like you can move the value of the electricity magically without any of the problems of transportation.
Yes, exactly.
Wow, that's really something. Okay.
And in terms of, think about it in terms of independence, I think the implications are pretty good, because if you have an energy source, it becomes far more sustainable to be able to exploit that energy source if you have a steady way of monetizing it. So I think it can help people get off the grid. It can help people become more independent. You have your own energy sources, and you have your own a monetary system that you use to trade with the rest of the world. You don't need much of the control of the grid on you, which is getting more and more suffocating every day.